What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Artistry NYC. My name is Lanii, and we have two very special guests today.
Cheyenne.
Gati.
We are doing something a little different today. We're going to dive more into the art of everything instead of just makeup. So let's get started. Ladies, where are you guys from and currently reside?
I'm from the Bronx, and I'm still there.
What about you, Cheyenne?
I'm originally from Trinidad. I was born there, moved up here when I was about 2, so I guess you could, like my dad says, I'm a passport Trini. But I currently live in Crown Heights.
Awesome. At what age did you guys both start to fall in love with art and the creative side of it? Gati, I'll start with you.
I've been drawing since I was like in elementary school.
Yeah.
Forever. I would come home and draw cartoons. It was just a part of me. But adding color to it and painting, it started in 2014.
Nice.
Yeah, I started painting on mixed media paper. It wasn't even canvas yet. And then in 2015, I'm like, let me start painting on canvases. 2016, I started painting on clothes and everything else.
What made you want to convert from canvas to clothing?
Well, I always loved fashion. And I'm like, I just want to show people, like I want them to walk down the block and have like, you know, art all over them. So
Be your walking canvas,
right,
pretty much.
and that's
yeah.
what I call my models. I call them walking canvases.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
crazy that you said that. Yeah.
What about for you, Cheyenne?
Well, I was always into the arts growing up. My mother is an artist, and also my grandfather was a very great artist. And when we moved here, we lived with my grandparents. Like every day, he would take me to his room and he'd say like, "Hey, Cheyenne, here's a piece of paper and some pencil. Draw this, shade this in, try to do this." He always let me watch Bob Ross. That's why I do a lot of
The
nature.
best, right? Yeah.
My art is more on like that side. I love that type of nature kind of thing. And so they've always pushed me into it. Growing up, I was always known as like the class artist or something like that. Yeah, and I like creating with my hands. I love writing. I love music, things like
Nice.
that. So yeah.
Awesome. Now, both of you guys have very different ways of expressing your art and your creativity. Explain how your art is in connection with your everyday life and your upbringing, actually. So, Cheyenne, I'll actually start with you.
Well, as I said, I'm from the Caribbean, and you know, in Trinidad, everything is so bright and vibrant. Just in the
Right.
Caribbean in general, it's just it just pops. And I paint with a lot of vibrant, bright colors. I'm not like, you see, I would use Bob Ross as an example. He's
Right.
very toned down in his colors. I'm not like that. I
Right.
would have a bright beach scene because I do a lot of like beach scenes. I love that stuff, and it was just so colorful. I love saturation. And then I also grew up loving science and sci-fi. So and I always wanted to be like an astrophysicist. So I love doing galaxies. That's like
I love how all that comes into play with your artistry.
Yeah,
It's
I
so cool.
does.
I
Yeah.
love that. And like I have this series I did with a bunch of girls. They all have flowers in their hair, but they represent the elements. And so they each represent fire, earth, water, air, and stuff like that. And this newest series, even though it's like about timing and healing, it has some kind of link to nature because I love nature.
That's so beautiful.
That's dope.
Yeah. Now, what about for you? How does that like incorporate with your everyday life?
My art is basically like I said, from elementary school. So I'll come home and watch cartoons. Like I'm just an animated person.
Right.
And I was bullied in elementary as well. So coming home and watching cartoons, it was just like comforting for me. You know, so it was always drawing Bugs Bunny. He was my favorite, still my favorite. And then I just loved all these other shows coming out, all the 90s shows. So that's why everything I do is just animated.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a part of my upbringing.
Oh, I love that guy. You guys are so interesting. When did a hobby really turn into a passion and then, of course, a brand for you guys?
Yeah, Cheyenne.
Well, I always was into painting. Then I stopped for a bit. I got into music. And then I stopped that again. And I was like, you know what? I should get back into my art. So about 2013, picked back up my paints, started painting. And I ended up selling that piece, my first piece, a friend of mine. And I was like, oh, wow, people like it. I'm going to start selling. And that's when Paints by Shy was born. And then I had the privilege to be a part of national and global business plan competitions. And so I was more in the corporate side of the art world. And so I competed my second business, that business, Events on Canvas. And I competed nationally against 17,000 other people in the United States, and I got to top 12. In total, out of all the business plans I competed in, I won up to 10,000 in total for seed funding.
Wow.
And then after that, because of that recognition in the corporate world, I was then named Global Young Entrepreneur of the Year by Ernst & Young, which is the largest corporate and entrepreneur firm in the world.
That's
So
insane.
that was really cool. And then after that, then New York One came to my studio. Then I did a segment with CBS 2 News, Full Business TV, and American Graduate Day on PBS. So
Wow.
since then, that's when Paints by Shy was born. And
Yeah, and it was no longer a hobby. Like,
yeah,
this is your
it
life
became
now.
like a business.
That's really beautiful. I'm so proud of you. How about for you, Gati?
So for me, I remember I was working in a preschool, and it's like not really what I wanted to do because I'm an artist, like,
Right.
and I'm also a mom. And I remember when I left the job, I was like, I got to do something, like, so I just started painting on canvases, taking custom orders, like just what you wanted on the canvas. And then that's when I was like, all right, let me paint on clothes. And I started just making money from there. And I'm like, my name is Gati Gallery. I'm like, Gati Gallery. And then it just came together. I started doing the fashion shows because I was like, I don't really see designers who paint on the runway.
Right.
You know, so I was like, let me do this. And then I got into my first New York Fashion Week show,
That's
which was
amazing.
big. I think I cried, I don't remember. And yeah, it was,
Yeah, that's
it was
something to cry about,
big.
of
It was
course.
big.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was the only one who was the painter,
Yeah.
a paint designer. So, and all the models like, oh my God, I want to model myself. I'm like, yo, I'm dope. I'm really dope. So I
'Cause
was
you're
like,
bringing something different to the
yeah.
table.
So
It's
I was like, I
awesome.
started doing more fashion shows, you know, and that's how Gati Gallery was born.
That's really awesome. I also wanted to know, how does fashion connect with art, and how does it affect your lifestyle, the way you dress? Like, even with you, I can see how you do your pops of color because you said you're so, like, you love the vibrant colors and everything. So how does that really intertwine with your fashion?
Fashion is art.
Yes.
You know, it's,
Yes.
That's the one thing I love about it. And when you're an artist / entrepreneur, you are your brand.
Yes.
You are the face of your brand.
Yep.
So you're walking
Artrepreneur.
art.
Yep.
Entrepreneur.
I like that.
Exactly. So when you walk down the street, whether you're going to the grocery store, you're going to the city to do some shopping, or you're going to a networking event or anything like that, going to go sell your art, you dress your part. So people can see like, oh, wow, she does look like an artist.
Right.
Now, more reason for me to go buy from her. And like, I don't know, me, I think it's eccentric. I love just like mixing textures and patterns and color blocking and things like that. I just always loved bright stuff.
I love it. I can see it in your makeup too. And how about for you?
For me, I just always wear something painted. Like,
Right.
like she said, fashion is art, because when you go to art design for fashion, when you go to school for fashion, you have to know how to sketch and all of that, and that's still all art. And I'm basically just wearing that.
Right.
I'm wearing the raw edits.
Self-promotion.
Yeah, you know, like the sketches. And I just love that. That's how, like, I have a bag I always wear with my art on it everywhere I go. So that's how I incorporate my art with fashion.
Do you get a lot of people that just stop you? Like,
All the
oh,
time.
what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Or where'd you get that?
I have these same black Tims with like glitter drips all over them.
Yeah.
People stop me all the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who did that? Where did you find those? Oh, it was me.
You're like, here,
And
pop
I
out the
just
business
throw-
cards.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Gati Gallery. I follow back.
Nice. Who are some artists or creators that have influenced you on your journey to become a successful artist?
For me, it's Daniel Arsham.
Okay.
He's very futuristic, and like I just really love his work. He's actually colorblind as well.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, and we're not in the same field. Clearly, he does like 3D art and art installations, stuff like that. But it's just like he's so inspiring because everything he does is futuristic. So he calls
crazy.
2019 3019.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
everything is like that, and just to be colorblind in a world full of color, you know, that's big. And he's also a parent, so I love that too.
Right.
So
You're
yeah,
like,
and I just really love his work. Like he's doing big things.
He's also look into him.
Yes, and he also is did a collaboration with Christian Dior,
Oh, really?
and that's like a goal for me to work with a famous
big brand,
designer.
yeah.
So that was dope too that he did.
Really cool to paint on brand name
Yes,
bags.
right?
Trying to
Oh,
get
that
into
would be awesome.
I was actually in Bergdorf Goodman, and I saw this artist painting on some Gucci bags
Yeah?
and some like
That's
Louis
what I
Vuitton
want to
bags.
do. I want to
It
be in
was
the
cool.
magazine. Like book me.
You will. You just got to keep going.
Yes,
You
yeah.
have to. How about for you, Shay?
That's the goal.
I actually have 3 artists. 2 of them, they're modern day, and one of them is like Renaissance. So one of them, her name is Susai.
Yes,
You
I
know
love
her?
her work.
Oh my
yes.
goodness. She has collaborations with like Billionaire Boys Club, Puma, Apple.
Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
She's amazing. Her art, it really speaks to me. And another one like her is Firebomb.
Okay.
Olivia.
Yeah.
I actually was able to, I met both of them, and I actually I actually stayed a weekend with Olivia Firebomb. We were both named Global Entrepreneurs of the Year for our art and stuff like that. And she is amazing. They both still work to like celebrities. And the way they do their art is very vibrant and bright like me.
Right.
They include the nature, but then also each of them has a meaning in their paintings. And most of my paintings have meanings
That's
behind
what I was
them.
going to ask you too.
Yeah, a lot of them have their meanings behind them, and I really love that. The Renaissance or just older painter it's kind of cliche, but Van Gogh. I really love the way he was a very depressed man.
Yes.
Committed suicide at age 37. But the thing is, the way he used the pain in his tormented life to create ecstatic beauty, I find that so amazing because it's like we all go through something, and so we can use that to now create beautiful art that other people can relate to. And so like recently, as what Susai and Olivia has been doing, I create art that speaks to people. Now recently on mental health, because I've now, as I grew
Very
up,
important.
I have stopped ignoring my feelings and how I feel, and I'm more in tune with it. And just past things that I just went through and it really broke me, I'm just more creating these things that help heal. It's like venting pieces for me.
Has it been helping you doing that? Like that? It's, I figure that it can be very therapeutic.
It is.
To be able to just lay it all out on the canvas.
I just created a piece, a series about last year. It was about timing and connections and the purity of love and relationships in the world. And it's, the basic gist of that series is the flaw with us humans is that we try to make forever out of people that are meant to be temporary.
Yes.
So it's like, you thought you had this, but it goes away. But I'm like, whatever is meant to be yours will be yours. You just have to wait until your heart is ready to carry it.
That's right.
And then this newer series that I'm doing now, because, trying to ignore your feelings, you feel it. And so I'm just like, you know what, I need to do this healing series right now. I know a lot of people that's going through it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on right now for 2020.
That's beautiful because we are in a time now where I feel like people are way more open about mental health and their struggles and, having to go through therapy. And I feel like you mentioning Van Gogh, I think that's beautiful because that was a time no one spoke about it. It was a time to more so be ashamed and try to hide it. And I think that's really beautiful what you're doing.
It's crazy because I'm opposite from you because I can use pain and things I went through to do a fire piece, but it's not anything I've been through or that relates to anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, I've been bullied, but my work is going to be fire. I use it as ambition and motivation.
Yeah.
But you're not going to, I'm still trying to learn how to express it on the canvas, like what I'm feeling or been through.
Right.
But you're not going to see that. You're going to see fire stuff like, oh, that's drippy, but you don't even know I
and
use
meanwhile,
pain.
right? You're like, that meant something to me at that
right.
time.
Right.
But that's
like
what makes
I painted
those pieces
that
so much more special too.
But I do want it to I want to express more so what I've been through,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm working on it.
Do
I'm
it.
working on it.
Like no one would know these cartoon characters what helped you,
Right.
growing up, going home to watch it.
Yes, they don't know. Cool. They don't know my story. They don't know though.
So, to get a little off topic, give us a funny story about a client inquiring about a piece, or maybe even work.
I don't know if I have any funny stories. I have.
You don't have to put anybody on blast. It's okay.
No, but I do have weird. I had a weird customer. I was wearing my drip Timberlands.
Okay.
And he stops me and he was like, "Oh, I need you to do something for my son's birthday party." Oh, and I'm like, "All right." So I gave him my business card. He DMs me, and he sends me the sneakers he wants me to paint on. I'm like, "Oh, let me see it." I gave him the price for his son. Then he sends me his, right? And I'm like, it's your son's birthday is 2 weeks away, so I'm not gonna have time to do both for you guys.
Right.
And why he sent me almost his whole closet? He just kept going. I'm like, he sent me more sneakers. Like, oh, hey, what about these? What about these? I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do this yet. It was just so crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I just left him there because I didn't know what to do.
Oh my gosh.
He sent me almost every sneaker in his closet asking about prices.
Well, did you wind up doing his son?
No.
You just didn't work with him altogether?
I didn't work to him.
Yeah. You're like, clearly you didn't get the point.
Because now he's not listening. So it's like, how am I gonna work with you? I can't do it.
How about for you?
Yeah, it's not really funny, but it's just weird.
Yeah,
I got a DM from this guy. He wanted me to, he said, I'll Cash App you for a video of your painted feet.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I don't know, people have fetishes with feet. I don't know what.
That's
and
true.
they were like, oh,
That's
she must have beautiful feet. And I was like, what?
That's
So
true.
weird.
And
Yeah,
it
foot
was
fetish.
weird. And he was like, yeah, paint your feet and I'll cash up you for a video of it. I was like, what is this? I blocked it so quick.
Yeah, I was about to say hit that block
That
button
was
ASAP.
really weird. I got a lot of those. Like these men from Nigeria asking me, become my Nigerian princess. Da, da, da. I'm like, it has
Oh,
nothing to do with
man.
art. Can
Right,
you get
right.
on my DMs, please?
No, it's mainly men. Y'all gotta get it together.
Yes.
Seriously. Let's see. When you're not working, tell us a few things that you do on your free time, because everybody does want to know.
I binge.
Oh, yes.
I binge watch Netflix,
I was about to say.
Hulu, everything. It inspires me too, though. Like the things
Yeah.
I watch, like it does inspire me. But yeah, I like to binge.
Do you ever go back and watch some of those 90s cartoons?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
was watching Doug yesterday with my daughter,
That was my
and she'd be like, "Mommy, can
favorite.
I watch Doug?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Uh-huh.
Good,
She has to.
sure,
She
yeah.
has to learn.
And she loves Rugrats too. We was watching that the other day.
I know. I was
Oh, that
watching
was the
Rugrats
best.
movie the other
Yeah,
day.
it brings me back to
Mad
an
random.
old time. Yeah.
Yeah. How about for you?
So as I said, I'm a musician as well. I played Squidward. I played the clarinet in a wind ensemble for like 4 years. So
Awesome.
I do classical music.
Nice.
That's dope.
I play the piano as well. I just bought my sax, so I'm gonna start back in
Oh,
that.
awesome.
Yeah, so I do that. I also binge on K-dramas.
Yeah.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you teach yourself how to play
Yeah,
instruments? Or
I play by ear.
Wow.
So I play
that's
by ear
really
for the
good.
piano. That was growing up. I don't know how to do the reading the music
Right,
for the
right.
piano. It's different than if I do it with like a wind instrument, like a clarinet.
Right.
That one I can read. That one I was able to, like, let's say I wanted to do Philharmonic, play at Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, which I have with my band. Like, I can do
Yo,
that.
that's
but,
crazy.
yeah.
That's dope.
Good for
That's
you.
dope.
All right. How has family, friends, and others really supported your brand and your business?
You know, it's crazy because, like, besides my sisters and probably close friends, most people are strangers who support.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the people who do support me, they, you know, they shout out my stuff, they buy whatever merch I put out, they come to my events, or if they can't make it, they shout it out on, the flyer up. So, you know, it does help. But my sisters is definitely top 5,
Yeah.
especially Simone.
How about
Yeah,
for you?
my family has definitely been very supportive. Everybody in it. My grandfather, he sadly died in 2015, so he wasn't able to see all of the accomplishments I got in my
sorry.
art. Thanks, but you know, he would have been really like, yeah, look at Cheyenne, look what she's doing. I'm the one who gave her that. But my parents definitely have been very supportive. I know a lot of other West Indians who make their children go to college for lawyer,
Lawyers,
doctor.
doctors, yep.
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm not doing
want
that.
to do that. So they've been super supportive. They let me do it
Yeah.
because they see that I love it. It's my passion and I'm good at it.
Right.
So yeah, and then
And like you said too, because they come from like
Yeah.
an art background
yeah,
too. So
yeah. And my friends, yeah, they came to all my events, all my competitions. They buy my stuff. They shout me out. So yeah.
that's
Same.
awesome. Let's see. What's the most challenging thing about being a young female artist or entrepreneur?
I would say the competition, only because I feel like coming up, even when I was just drawing, I feel like there was more so men artists out. And then you just start seeing all the females coming out and supporting each other. You know what I mean? So I think I would say the competition is challenging,
Yeah.
but
But that
it's
could be a
always fun.
win-win. 'Cause
Yeah,
like you said, all the females are getting together. Really,
yeah,
like,
most
hey,
of
let's
them.
stick.
Some
well,
people, yeah.
You gotta count. You gotta count for the ones that do it.
Yeah,
You know?
most of us do support each other,
Right,
which I
right.
love. But there's still haters out there.
Always gonna have them.
Never get rid of them.
Yep. And how about for you?
I feel like it's authenticity.
Yeah.
A lot of creatives are, whether you're a photographer, a visual artist, anything, or a writer, especially in this social media age, we're forced to just push work out all the time just to please what? Please people, please followers, please the media.
Right.
And we lose touch of our creativity
Right.
and who we really are and why we actually create. And you can lose yourself to that because it becomes if you don't have this many followers or don't have this many likes or you didn't, keep, stay consistent with your content, then, you're a failure or, you're not doing good enough. But it's like we're not machines.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know I fell trapped to it. Where I fell trapped to trying to fit into the mold of what the world wanted me to be. And I had like an identity crisis. Everyone even was like, yo, Cheyenne, you're different. You act differently now. You're not the same. I was sad all the time. I think that's when I was at my lowest, and I was not in a good place. I hated the smell of paint. It was just like, I don't want to see it. I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the world. I'm tired of people. I was at my lowest, and I started to, I preferred the connections I created online than the actual people that cared for me in real life.
Yeah.
And I was pushing those people away. You do get lost in it, especially with like, you know, that type of fame that I got and the recognition I got. I was like, you know.
How are you able to pull yourself out of that?
Definitely with the help of some good trusted friends and my spirituality.
Good.
It definitely helped me to ground myself again because I found my purpose again and I was able to balance everything. Right now it's just finding that balance.
Yeah.
So it's a work in progress every day. I know I'm in a better place right now, but it's still something that you can easily get sucked into. And I don't want any other creative or entrepreneur just to create just to put it out and please people. You need to remember your purpose and why you're doing it.
And that's the unfortunate thing about, like, I always say, like, this generation is really beautiful with the amount of entrepreneurs that we have. Like, I feel like this is such a innovative generation. Like, we find a way for everything, but at the same time, we can get lost in the clout chasers and, you know, those that just want to do it for social media. And, you know, it seems sometimes like those are the people that are going well, you know, further ahead than we are, and we can get lost in that. So we just have to, you know, remain authentic and keep going. Like, have you ever had a moment where you felt like, I don't know, like you were kind of breaking apart and you didn't want to do it anymore?
Yeah, I did. It had to be before I was doing like custom work. Before I started getting into the canvas, I'm like, I'm not good enough. Can't do it. You know, I think every artist goes crazy or will go crazy at one point. Like, it just...
That's part of the artistry,
yeah,
I feel like.
Because being creative really can drive you crazy.
Yeah.
People write me all the time, why are you up right now at 3 a.m.? I said, my mind is
Your
going
brain
crazy
is working.
right now. You understand?
It's working constantly.
It's just crazy. Like, my mind really goes crazy. And that's why I say every artist in any field goes crazy. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're creative, your mind is just everywhere.
Yeah. Well, exactly what we just spoke about kind of goes hand in hand with the next question. Are you guys, like, what are your thoughts on the way a lot of artists are expressing their work through, you know, different mediums such as music, fashion, and canvas? I mean, I feel like we kind of touched base on that, but do you have anything further that you want to say on, like, what your thoughts are and how they are doing it?
My thoughts, I love it because I just feel like expressing yourself is big.
Yeah.
So you won't go crazy. So the mental illness, like things like that. When you express yourself, it's a relief. It's a relief. So I like how everybody is expressing themselves in different ways. So.
People are getting really creative now.
Yeah.
Very, I don't know, do either of you guys follow Lanii NYC? I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but he does all like the white lining work and like really embraces like African culture, but only through white paint. If not, look into him.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's been, like, he first started off just doing like face and body painting and now does big ads with like, I don't know, like really big brands. He has something with Coke right now where he's done like their Coca-Cola bottles and just every little thing. And I'm like, it's crazy how you can literally go from canvas or even clothing and like, because now he also does clothing. And I'm just like, he has created this whole big brand where he literally, every little thing can be his canvas. And I think that's really amazing about our generation right now. We're finding ways. How has Artistry NYC shown versatility on showcasing artists and young entrepreneurs?
I think they're doing an amazing job, first of all.
They do.
And I love how they're really embracing women.
Yeah.
Like, that's really big. I think that's a big thing, and it's good. Because me, before I started painting, I was just doing camera. I was a director. Like, I went to school for film.
Really?
Yes, I went to school for film. That's my major. That was what I was going to do. I still dabble with the camera and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just feel like a lot of guys would be like, oh, so you a girl, you behind the camera? And they want to challenge me because I'm a female. You know what I mean? Then when I started painting, it's like, oh, you a girl, so you paint. So let me see what you about. So I just love how Artistry NYC is really bringing that power and light.
Like they're ready to embrace it and showcase everyone's work. Yeah.
I love it.
How about you, Cheyenne?
They definitely have shone a lot of light on different types of artists, and I really like that. They're representing them people who who are not really considered artists. Like I had the privilege of being a part of their brunch.
Right, yeah.
And I saw a culinary artist there, and I was like, whoa! I forgot. Like, yeah, they are
That's
artists too.
art, yeah.
So I really like that. Like that one, we had a singer, DJ, photographer, culinary artist, visual artist, and I think it was well represented. And so now it shows people like, hey, like they're being successful. I can do it too. So it gives them some kind of hope.
Yep. And I think it's nice, like we're all in the same boat where we're all not trying to come up, because I feel like we are in our space that we're supposed to be in right now for our season. But it's nice to share this journey with so many of us. Like it really is a sisterhood. So I'm glad that you guys are here today sharing this with us. Last question. What advice would you give to any artists or any female entrepreneurs that are upcoming and really want to be successful in this industry?
I would say keep in mind the competitors, but be in your own lane. You know what I mean? Don't ever compete, because that's where you lose your focus on yourself.
That is,
you know?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
you got to stay in your lane, because if you look back or to the side, you're going to crash. Just stay focused. Know what's out there, but stay focused.
That's right.
You know, for all the women who are artists, especially the moms, because I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I want you guys to know you can definitely do it. It's so hard. I used to hold my daughter and paint. Or she'll wake up, looking for me, and I'll have to hold her and paint to get work done, 2 in the morning.
Wow.
So
that's hustle right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And now she paints with me.
How old is she?
Now she's about to be 4.
Oh, wow. That's so special.
But her whole life she has seen me paint. It's been a struggle. I have cried sometimes, because, you know, you want to get the work done, but I have to be a mom, too.
Right.
And there's moms who write me like, oh, my goodness, I don't know how you get it done, but I get it done. So
when
you
you
get
love
it done,
it,
too.
you'll get it done.
Yes.
Yep. And how about for you? What advice do you have for them?
Is be true to yourself
Yeah.
and make sure you're happy, because, and we touched on it earlier, when you're a creative, you are your art. It's your whole embodiment.
Right.
So it's easy for you to lose yourself in it. And so just make sure that you are keeping yourself happy and grounded
Before
and,
anything.
and just make sure you just keep reminding yourself and stay true to your core values, because that, don't ever, you know, give it up just to quick fame or just to please people.
You'll get lost real quick like that, real quick. Well, ladies, I want to thank you so much for joining us today and for being a part of our team always.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. Feel free to give them your platform. Tell them what your social media is, where to follow you, what you have coming up.
I don't know if I have anything coming up right now. Oh, yes, I do. I want to start in my own art show just for my work. Yay. That's coming up. My art account is Gati Gallery, and my personal account is Artsy Hood Kid.
Awesome. How about for you, Cheyenne?
My new Instagram platform, since Paints by Shy is gone, it's like more like a cute blog. It's called the Sorrel Flower. If you're from Trinidad, you know the sorrel drink. So I love the hibiscus flower. I don't know, I had to find something. So yeah, it's that. Nothing new. Nothing coming up. I mean, I just do paint and sips, but that's
not just do, okay? She does paint and sips.
We're going to do collabs too.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and getting to know these beautiful ladies. Be sure to follow their platform. Also, don't forget to follow Artistry NYC on Instagram. And I mean, you can feel free to follow me too, Lanii_cosmetics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell notification for this video, and to stay tuned with all of our upcoming videos. We'll see you guys next time.